Good day, children. Today in this video we will see the poem The Pied Piper of Hamelin. The Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning is a popular children's fairy tale is in form of a poem, which is a narrative poem. It tells the story of the town of Hamelin, which was once overrun by rats. The mayor and council of the town offered a reward to anyone who could get rid of the pets. A mysterious piper offered his service to town. He played an enchanting tune on his pipe and the rats followed him out of the town and into the river. But the mayor refused to pay the piper as promised. How did the piper take his revenge? This is a narrative poem of the Pied Piper of Hamelin. A long, long live ago, the people in the town of Hamelin had a big problem. There were too many rats in Hamelin. People tried everything to get rid of the little pets, but in vain they couldn't. There were rats of every color and shape, which was disgusting. Even the cats couldn't do anything. The chief of the town called a meeting and told everyone that he could give 10 sacks of gold to anybody who saves them from rats. Okay, the mayor has promised to give 10 sacks of gold to anybody who saves them from the rats. Finally, one day, a stranger from a faraway land came to Hamelin. Who is that stranger here? The piper, the mysterious piper. Okay? Dressed in colorful clothes, he had a feather in his hat and he carried a pipe. He said to the town people that he could get rid of rats. Then the stranger took his pipe and started playing an old but wonderful tune. Enchanting music is like wonderful music, wonderful tune. All the rats in the town heard the music and began to run to him. As he walked through the streets of Hamelin playing his pipe, more and more rats followed him. And where did he go? He went to the river, followed him to the river, so all the rats fell into the river. So no more rats in the Hamelin. So everyone was happy. But what did the mayor do? But the mayor refused to pay the piper as promised. Now let's see how did the piper take his revenge. Once more he stepped into the street of Hamelin, and to his lips again lied his long pipe of smooth straight can. As you can see in the picture, it's like a long, smooth, straight pipe can, okay, which he used to just take away the rats from the town. So he is going to take a revenge again. So once more he stepped into the streets of Hamelin with his long pipe of smooth, straight can. And ere he blew 3 notes. Ere is like Old English, before, which means before. And before he blew 3 notes, the notes were like such sweet soft notes as yet musicians cunning never gave the interrupted air, which means no other musicians ever produced music so beautifully that it enchanted all listeners. Okay? There was a rustling. Rustling is like soft spoken or like whispering. That's called as rustling. That seemed like a bustling. The rustling, the whispering sound was like a bustling. Bustling is like a crowded area, okay, a crowded part that all the people are just jammed in, okay, was like that of a merry crowds. Merry means happy, happy crowds. Jostling are pitching and hustling. Jostling means pushing. Usually what will happen in a crowded area? They will push Okay, falling forward, pushed by someone, which is called as pitching, and hustling is like pushing roughly. Okay, small feet were pattering. Small feet refers to kids, small girls and boys. They were pattering. Wooden shoes clattering. They were wearing a wooden shoe which was clattering. Little hands clapping and little tongues chattering, talking. Okay, and like fowls in a farmyard when barley is scattering. Fowls means chicken. In a farmyard, like fowls in farmyard when barley is scattered. So what you can see here, you can find a poetic device, simile. Okay, here the small kids are compared to chicken. Okay, while you're just standing in a farmyard, you're just sprinkling the barley and it is scattered, and how will the chicken or the hens will come running to it? Like that, the children were coming out of their home. Okay, what happened next? Out came the children running, all the little boys and girls with rosy cheeks and flaxen curls, and sparkling eyes and teeth like pearls, tripping and skipping, ran merrily after the wonderful music with shouting and laughter. What happened? All the little boys and little girls, they were very happy. Okay, how were they looking? Okay, they had a rosy cheek and flaxen curls. What is flaxen? Flaxen is like light yellow color. Okay, flaxen curls and sparkling eyes, teeth like pearls, tripping, like some children, they just fell down. Others were skipping, they were hopping or jumping, and because they were so happy, ran merrily, ran cheerfully after the wonderful music with shouting and laughter. Okay, they were very happy to see this, and they were very happy to listen that kind of song, that kind of music. So what happened? All the small kids with sparkling eyes, like teeth like pearls, flaxen curls and rosy cheeks, they were just tripping and skipping, ran merrily after, ran cheerfully after the music with shouting and laughter. So this shows that the children were very happy and they were very cheerful after listening to this music. Okay, they were running behind the Pied Piper. Okay, what happened next? What happened to the mayor and council? Let us read. The mayor was dumb, and the council stood as if they were changed into blocks of wood because they made a big mistake. Okay, they were very shocked. Okay, they were just standing like a statue, unable to move a step or cry. Cry is like to shout. To the children, merrily skipping by. All the children were jumping and hopping, going behind the Pied Piper, right? So they couldn't say anything. They were just standing like a block of wood. They even couldn't cry or shout to the children, and could only follow with the eye. They were only following the children with the eye, but couldn't do anything else. Okay. That joyous crowd at the piper's back, but how the mayor was on the rack. And a wretched council's bosoms beat as the piper turned from the high street to where the Weser rolled its waters right in the way of their sons and daughters. What do you mean by this? That joyous crowd at the piper's back, the small children, okay, at the back of Piper. But how the mayor was on the rack. On the rack means suffering, which means suffering. And the wretched council, unhappy council's bosoms beat, chest beat. Bosoms means chest, chest beat. because they were very frightened, they were unhappy, okay? They don't know what to do. As the piper turned from the high street to where the Weser is a river in Germany. The name of the river is Weser. Rolled its water, because they remember that he just took all the rags to the river. Okay, that river name is Weser. So even everyone thought, that mayor, council and the parents of the children, they thought that he's going to take the children to the river. Okay, so what happened? However, he turned from south to west, and to Koppelberg Hill his steps addressed. And after him the children pressed. Great was the joy in every breast. Okay, what does this mean? However, he didn't go to Weser, he didn't go to the river. He just turned from south to west, where the Koppelberg Hill is located, and to Koppelberg Hill his steps addressed. That means move towards Koppelberg Hill. He just moved towards Koppelberg Hill. And after him the children pressed. The children moved. Pressed is nothing but the children moved. Great was the joy in every breast. Everyone, all the children were very happy. Okay? Okay. What was the elders thinking here? They thought that he never can cross that mighty top. So, however, he is going to Koppelberg Hill. He cannot cross Koppelberg Hill. He cannot go through it. It's a very big, mighty top. He is forced to let the piping drop. That means stop playing the pipe. He will be forced to stop playing the pipe. Okay? And what will happen to the children? And we shall see our children stop. After he stops playing the pipe, our children will also stop following him. When lo, as they reached the mountain side, lo is like, in Old English, used to tell someone to look at something surprisingly, to look at something in a surprising way. When lo, as they reached the mountain side, what happened? A wondrous portal opened wide, an entrance. Portal is like entrance, opened wide, as if a cavern, as if a cave was suddenly hollowed. And the piper advanced, and the children followed. Where the piper was going the first, and the children were following him. And when all were into it, the very last, the door in the mountain side shut fast. What happened? When all the children were inside the cave, the door of the cave shut fast. Of that mountain cave shut fast. Summary of the poem. The Pied Piper of Hamelin is a moral poem about a town that was severely punished for not keeping its promise. The piper used his pied to rid Hamelin of its rat problem. But when the mayor refuses to pay him, he is furious. He became angry. He puts the children to the town under a spell with his music and takes them away from Hamelin forever. About the poet. Robert Browning, 1812 to 1889, was a British poet and playwright. He was introduced to books by his father, who could act out stories with him using the furniture and the family pets. Browning grew to love reading and began to write at the very young age. He faced a lot of failure at the beginning of his career. In fact, he was not very well known during his lifetime. But today, he is remembered as one of the best British poets of his time. Thank you, children.